Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are going to be working on the Feeling Green junk journal. I'm letting the Telegram people know. There we go. A little message to Telegram to let folks know that we are going to be hanging out over on YouTube. Hello. So here it is. Oh my gosh, I hadn't made a book with a cracker box, cereal box in a long time, but I am loving the way this cover is working out. Seriously loving this. And I think I'm going to distress this a little bit. We're going to sew the signatures in. This is what we're working on today. Let me just shut off this light above me, because I think that that's just giving you an awful shadow. Let's do that. We'll brighten that up a little bit. How is everybody? Hey, Carol, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How are you, my friend? There we go. That's nice and bright. Oh my gosh, my room today is just cold. It's cold in here. I don't like it. All right, let's see. I'm not sure. Maybe I want some frayed burlap. Let's just see. This is what I used last night for those of you in the Craft Therapy Club. I do like this. Instead of brown, we're going to use this frayed burlap, and we're going to distress this a little bit. These edges probably you won't, well, I guess you can see it a little bit. The nature of that paper, it's not really going to show it a whole lot. Hey, Carrie, how are you, friend? What's happening? What are you guys up to today? I'm jumping right in. I'm not wasting no time, girls. I'm kind of excited about this, the way this is turning out. I have to keep picking it back and up to get these edges. I think I just like it picked up off the table. But to get the middle, I need to put it back down on the table. Let's see. I'm going to look through these words while I'm doing this, see if there's anything we want to highlight here. Any good words on here? Landlady, dachshund, velvety ends, bookshelf, apartment, month, bathroom, lurked in the kitchen. No, there's nothing there I want to really highlight. Let's look on this one while I'm doing it. Go for a walk, jogging. I'm going to circle go for a walk. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. It could be fun. With what though? I have some green markers sitting here. What are you guys up to today? Going to make a journal. Journal charms. Ooh. Do you make them like you're making them in bulk without a particular journal in mind, or you're making them and you have journals in mind? These things are so old. I can't even believe they work at all, but this pen tip side is completely dry. I do like this color though. Maybe I could get a really, really light. Go for a walk. I don't know why. Why should we do that? Why shouldn't we do that? All right, bunnies are upside down. Now, let me come in here and just see. I probably should do a little bit of this on the inside. Man, I'm loving this book. I don't usually do themes, and I don't usually coordinate colors. Not this much, but the Feeling Green event made me do it. She made me do it. It was the Feeling Green event. I actually really like this coming out like that. Remember I said, I was going to do these fabric pieces a little longer and then just see what I wanted to do with them. Well, the other day when I folded them over like this, they look like a little collar when they're like that, which is so cute. So I think I am going to tack these down like this because I think they're really cute that way. I have a theme, but it's a secret. Carrie, I love that. I love it. Keeping secrets, girl. I'll keep your secret for you. I'm good at keeping secrets. I sure is. I mean, I could heat this thing up. It would be perfect for this, but I only need it for that, and I'm not going to go through the effort of heating it up just for that. Let's just use a regular old glue. A tea party. Oh, thanks for entrusting me with that. Sweet. Sweet. I love it. Good morning, Vicki. It's cold in Oklahoma, she says. Let's see. What is she saying? Kansas and Texas can't decide where they want to be. Wind blows from the south, and the next day it blows from the north. Oh, goodness. It's freezing here. I mean, I'm freezing right now. I don't know. I guess Gannon's shotgun practice was supposed to start on Sunday, and we got a text or an email from the coach yesterday saying they're canceling it because cold and snow. Are you kidding me now? Like, we're at the end of March. But this is it. In North Dakota, we can get snow all the way through April. I mean, I think in years past, I've seen snow in May. I don't like it, but I think I've seen it. Vicki, you're in Kansas. Carrie's saying she's in Kansas too. You Kansas girls. You Kansas girls. I don't know. I'm going to try to just, I don't want this like, if I used my Liquitex matte gel, you know, this would be like cemented down so hard and fast. And I don't really want it like that. I kind of want it loosely tacked down. So I'm trying to use the bittiest bit of glue. Bittiest bit. I'm going back. Oh, Carol. Carol's the other one. Carol, hi there, friend. What are you up to, my girl? What are you up to? Let's get these glued down. I want them loose. I do not want them like crazy tacked down. Come on, but you have to stick, actually. I mean, I said loose, but that doesn't mean you don't have to stick. What is going on right there? Do you see this? Gracie missed some gluing. This thing is still jammed up. Come on, it's coming out just like super slow. Why? I feel like I keep clearing it out and it just keeps staying clogged. Story of my life. There we go. Now it's coming out. Well, it's like oozing out. There we go. Got that. Got it. Got it. All right. Now we got to sew. These have gotten very, very hefty. Actually, they're quite thick, even though we haven't even glued them or sewed them down yet. Isn't that crazy? But I do like the idea of opening this to a stripe. Remember, I wanted my book cover to be slightly smaller than my pages. I'm going to do a quick flip through for like the order of things. Do I like the order of the way these are situated in here? So bear with me while I do this, please. Okay, I like that. Oh, maybe I want to open with the 57. You vote. I have 3 signatures. I have the stripes, I have the plants, and I have the 57. You tell me, which one do you think I should open with? I'm not sure that I like these 2 pages next to each other. I might change that. Let's just look in here. That big envelope that I love. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Why are there only 4 in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's thick enough. I don't need to add any more. If I take that one out, that solves the problem because I don't like these 2 next to each other. But I could put this here. I really love this way this butterfly turned out. So now we're at 4 in each. And it's still pretty thick. So I'm just going to put this one to the side. Now let's see. Should I open with stripes? And remember, it's going to stick out a little. Vote. Stripes. Should I open with the 57, which actually can't see much of the 57 because it's not much bigger? Or should I open with the plants? I think the stripes. I think I had it right the first time. Yeah, thank you, Vicki. I think so too. I think you're right about that. Carrie, oh good. We all agree. Stripes it is. They're crazy. I had a hard time getting out the door this morning. Oh, did you really have a hard time? Oh, look at you guys are commenting about weather. Okay, now I gotta plant my holes in here. I think I'm gonna do it just like this. Yes. I think I'm gonna keep this big tall envelope that's taller than everything else pretty much. See, it's sticking out a little bit here and here. Let's just decide for sure on that. Yeah, I like it that it's sticking out way back there. Okay, now I got to get my holes in place. Now, my son, I asked him to make me something. You know, my son, the engineering student, he has access at school to 3D printers. And I asked him to make me a binding template. Okay, shh, this is our secret. There's only a few of you here. Carrie, Vicki, Carol, you're the only ones here. I don't know that anybody else is here. I'm going to test it with you guys. I think it's too thick. I think I need to send him back to the drawing board, back to the 3D printer. But I'm very excited about this. I came up with this idea. I have not found one of these, and I have been looking for years. Please don't tell anybody, because if this works out well, I'm going to make them available to Crafty Chicks, okay? It is a template for binding. Let's see. I'm going to place, I think it's too thick, but we'll deal with that later. I'm just going to try it out, actually. If I put I'm putting my spine between these 2 inches. It's not quite 2 inches, it's just under. So I'm trying to evenly place it between the 2 so that here's my center. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm 7 inches tall. So my center then is at 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. My center is here. My ruler is long enough where I can see from edge to edge at the 3.5. There's my 3.5 line. Okay, so I'm going to take my chalk. Not that one. That one's too white. I need a darker one. Yeah, that one. And I'm just going to put a line here. That's my center line. Okay, so I need holes there. I can do holes anywhere. I mean, I can do whatever the heck I want here. Do I want 3? Do I want 5? Let's go 1.5 inches up. Would put me here if I just do 3. And if I go 1.5 inches down, there's that, and then I go 1.5 inches down would put a line right here. It's so handy to have this grid table for this. All right, there is where I got to mark my holes. Now, how do I figure out? This is one thing I've got to figure out with my kiddo. All right, still using the grid lines. This thing is 1 inch bigger than, so it's 8 inches tall is what I asked him to do, because most of my bindings are 8 inches. So here we go. Got this. So this is my middle right here. Here's my 1.5 inches. There's my 1.5 inches. So now I know my holes are going to go here, here, and here. on the horizontal axis. Now on the vertical axis, I have to decide what I want to do here and how I'm going to work this out. So from here, hold on, girls, I got to work this out. If I put this just inside from here to here are my options. Now, let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them. Darn it. So I'm not going to have one straight in the center. That's just not how it's going to work. I could do that. I'm talking to myself. I know I'm talking. I know I'm talking to myself. I know it. So this is funkying up my eye. The fact that I drew these lines longer than the option that I have. Now I used my chalk pencil, so this should be easy for me to erase, which it is. It's just chalk, not a regular pencil. Okay, that's where I'm working with. That's the space I have to work with. Now I have to figure out where do I want. I do think it's easier to just eyeball, to be honest with you. Let's just be honest. 1, 2, 3. I have one extra. Yeah, that's my center. Girl, I got this. Okay. So I'm going to erase the ones I'm not using. I'm going to use this line, this, and this. I'm just going to put a circle. This, this, and this. This, this, and this. Those are my holes. Now, is this going to work? I don't know. Let's try it. Good morning in Windy, Illinois. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Debbie's a silent watcher this morning. Hi, Debbie. Are you too tired, friend? I know, I struggle with this too, Carol. That's why I said to my son, can you just make something on your 3D printer that gives me a grid? I have made so many templates with pieces of paper over the years and thrown them out, right? So every time I make a new book, I have to make a new template. This one I kept. Make a new template, throw it out. Make a new template, throw it out. Make a new template, throw it out. I said, why don't we just I said, can you just make me something that's plastic that I can use every single time? So this is the first time he gave it to me. I think it's too thick. We'll work on that. If I use something erasable, I can erase it off here and then I can keep marking it up. That's kind of my idea, but let's just see if it works. We're testing it out for the first time. All right. Focus, Gracie, focus. I got to get my lines lined up. So technically, I'm a little nervous about this. So this is where I think it's too thick. I can't get a pencil through these holes. I told him, I didn't tell him I needed to get a pencil through the holes though. I told him I needed to get this through the holes. So that does work. So he did what I asked him to do, my little engineering child. Landon, if you're watching, honey, you done good, baby doll. You done good. Okay. Now, what I'm not sure about is how I'm going to translate this onto my papers. But maybe I should worry about that later. Let me make my holes in my book. This would be a hole. See, now what do I do? Because I need to be able to, it's thick, so I can't, I suppose I could clamp it down. Could I clamp it down like I do with a piece of paper, like tape it down? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. I only have 2 hands and I got to move over a little bit. These kind of clamps, not going to work here because I can't. I could do this on the corner because I need it to stay while I poke all these holes. Yeah, so that works. That works. Now it's going to stay and I can poke my holes. Oh my gosh, I hope this works, girls. I know that this looks wonky on the book. It is wonky on the book. I only need, it'd be easier if I use some rulers to show you. I only need, this is how big my binding is from here to here. Okay. Then I'm only going to use from here to here to make the holes because I need it in the center of the binding, not going to the edges of the binding. So that's why you see all this extra over here. It looks off, but I think it's right. It looks off, but I think it's right. Now, is this going to hold this together well enough? You are so close to me when I do this. It's like right in your face. I'm sorry about that. It is the way it is, and I'm just going to have to try to work through it. There's my first hole. That does not look even. First hole, and it's me. It's not the thing. It's me. Now I'm just thinking, honestly, I don't know if he can do this, but this would be so much better if it were clear so I could see exactly my alignment here. But I'm going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. I'm going to poke my holes. And is this straight? It appears to be. I'm thinking maybe this thing needs to be clear. Yeah, it's really close to the edge there. Let's just see. Yeah, this is off. I don't like it. I'm going to leave it. Unless I decide to cover that. I don't want to poke new holes, you know, like, duh, I don't want to poke new holes. Duh, I don't want to poke new holes. However, they are off and I'm not happy about it. So I am going to scoot this over a tish and I can cover those holes. How off am I? I'm on. No, I'm not. Gracie, you're not on horizontally. I'm off by 1/2 inch. Why is that? This is why. This is why I'm off by 1/2 inch. Okay, Gracie. I think this would be really helpful if this thing was clear, because then I could see underneath and what's going on underneath. Okay, that, and then what? How do I figure out? I'm sorry, you are listening to me figure this out as I go. Yeah, I think I need for this to be clear. But it's good to know this, right? Like, we got to work it out, girls. We got to work it out. All right, now let's try it again. I'm going to end up covering my binding, my spine, because now I have holes where I don't want them. But it's okay. You guys are watching as we go. Figuring out as we go. All right, let's try again. It looks way off. Like, visually, it's killing my eyes. I can't handle it. And it still appears to be off. Yeah, it's freaking way off. Why is this? Tracy, why can't I figure this out? Well, I suppose I can just move on without this thing. This is my idea, though. I would have been better off. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna work on that later. It's the placement this way now that I'm struggling with. I've got the horizontal placement, but now I've got the vertical. I mean, it's the horizontal that's screwing me up. How other, like, if you guys have ideas, let me know. How else would I work this out? Okay, here, I'm sticking this through here. Here's my center hole. Okay, now, if I say that's my center right there, it's a different way to do it. It's a different way, but it might work. I don't know. Gannon and my husband are talking to somebody on speakerphone. I don't know. They're making plans for something. I have no idea what they're doing. And I'm being a nosy Nelly. All right, that is the center. That's where I want it. See, those holes were way off. So I'm just going to go with this. Okay, now, sorry about this, girls. We're going to poke. And then I got to figure out, sorry, I'm tapping the phone. Then I got to figure out, once you get going, it's fast. Then I got to figure out how to get this through the pages, the signatures. So that should be interesting, eh? We're 1.5 inches up and down from center for the top and bottom signatures. And I'm missing a hole. This one. Wait, there we go. But now they're nice and straight. Like sometimes I even struggle to get them straight aligned with each other this way, but they're perfectly straight that way now. And this would be cute actually if I put brads through them. I already lost like, oh, here they are. Here's the other 2 mistaken holes that I made. I'm just gonna fix that, push that back in, and you can't even see them. Okay. Got them here. Now let's see if this thing is helpful for my signatures. Good morning in Windy, Illinois. Anybody have anything fun going on this weekend? All right, let's see. We're doing 4 pages. Gosh, it's not a lot, but it's going to work. It's going to work. I think I'm going to go up. I think I'm going to go down. Maybe like that. So I kind of like the way this looks. Instead of them lining them all up straight in the middle, I kind of have them going up and down from each other. I need longer clips. Kind of like it this way. This one's too short. It's not spanning all like the long and short pieces of paper. Now, how do I get this? I think what I would do here is just translate it this way. Like for me, the easiest thing to do, I just need to know the height. I don't need to worry about anything else but the height. So if I lay this here in the center of my book signature, and then I just poke the holes, I think I'm going to be good. They should line up. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go now. Honestly, if you are not worked up about being super precise, then maybe none of this, like this whole tool, wouldn't be helpful to you. Or maybe it would. I don't know. You got to decide for yourself. Oh, I dropped my pokey tool. All right, let's see about this. This thing is kind of giving me agita. Not really, but is anybody Italian and you know what agita means? It's this thing is, oh, I'm going to sew this before I put this in here. In fact, before I do this next step, let's sew and paint this. This is way off. Like, we're going to decorate this completely before I do the next step. First, I'm going to sew around the edges to hold. You can glue, but I want to hold all that stuff together. It'll make it less flimsy too. So I'm going to do that off on the side here. And then I'm going to get my machine going. And then we're going to decorate this much like we've been doing, all these other pages I've been doing lately. I've been having so much fun with that smoky effect. And I already have that in this book. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go straight stitch. We're not going to do anything fancy here. I know you can't see me. I'm still here. You can hear me, that's for sure. All right, I'm not going to sew. I should have started in a different place. That was kind of dumb. I'm not going to sew this we're going to leave that open. So we have a pocket. I shouldn't have started there. I'm really not thinking straight this morning. I don't know what's going on. All right. Almost done, girls. Almost done. A little bit more. Short edge here. Short edge. And then we're done. All right. We're done. All right, here we go. I love the little strings hanging off, so that makes me happy. This makes it a little stiffer. This was folded like this. This has been folded in half like this for the longest time. So it has this natural bend right there. We're going to force it to bend a different way. I love the strings. We're keeping those, but let's decorate it, paint it, something. Okay, we're going to start there. I'm going to put some pages down. We're just going to do. We're not going to think too much. We're just going to decorate it. So I have these scraps from the cover that we can use. This was one of those, that painted page that I cut down. So we could use that on there. I actually have a few of these that were cut down. So I have all these scraps sitting here. I'm just kind of looking at them to see what they look like so I can decide if I want to use them. I also have this. This I really love, actually. I think I'm going to cut this off. I don't like it. I got to make more room. Sorry for the banging. I got to make more room here. I'm going to cut this off. I'm not measuring, of course not. That would be too precise for me. I do like that better. It actually makes it shorter, which is nice too. I don't know who they're talking to. My husband's home because he doesn't feel well. But he's talking up a storm in there. I thought with Gannon, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know if he's on the phone, if they're on speaker. I don't know what's going on. Nosy Nellie in here needs to know. All right, that I can go with there, I think. I really love this section right here, though. Holy, that's white. We can paint it, though. All right, I'm not going to overthink. We're just going to glue. You guys aren't saying a darn thing to me today. I don't know who's there. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're doing. Flying solo here, apparently. Flying solo today. It's okay. I mean, in this regard, like, and that's, I think this is the reason why some creatives just do recorded video and they don't talk, you know, they're talking to you guys, but they're recording video. So they're not getting absolutely any feedback. So this is kind of what it feels like today. I like doing the lives, though. Sometimes when you guys chat with me, it's, oh, that's okay, Shauna. I get it. Sometimes when you guys chat with me, it can be really fun. I'm doing a lot of thinking out loud here, so I'm not helping the situation either. Now, these, obviously, these are going to help stiffen this up as well, putting these down. Now, I really love this, and I'm trying to figure out if I can salvage it somehow. Oh, it works really well like this, and then I can cut it down even further. But of course, you know I'm not going to waste any of this. Oh, that's funny. Did not mean for that to happen that way, but I don't mind it at all. I think I'll put some book page in here in between. Why not? Let's do it. I want words. You know, I'm looking for the words. So let's just get it down to words here. Text. So maybe I'll do that, and then this, yes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll even go right over it like that so it covers here too. Strings. I could make this a little tuck spot. Let's do it. Let's work with what we got and make this little tucky tuck right there. I'm going to glue this down. I saw somebody using a glue stick yesterday. Oh, and I don't remember who it was, but just some lady was gluing something down. It was on YouTube, I believe. And her glue stick glided. And I was thinking to myself, this glue stick gets really sticky sometimes. So you can see how it's like, it's kind of hard to push it along. Hers was like gliding like butter, like soft butter. I was like, and it wasn't is it Prit that a lot of people like, or it wasn't one of those, but I don't know what it was. I forgot about it, actually. I was going to look up in her show notes to see if she listed her. I glued this, and now I'm thinking I need to put distressing on it. I decided after the fact. Imagine that. All righty, Grace. All right, let's just do it. Let's not overthink here. I'm going to distress this white, though, that's sticking out right here. So I'm going to, where did I put that little, I mean, I had my distress pad here. Did I put it away? Yes, I did. Why, yes, I did. Oh, stick down there, you. Stay, stay, stay. Don't you be coming up on me. I need you to sticky stick. Sticky stick. Oh, over here, too. You're just being a putz. Stick. Okay. I don't have patience. I really just don't. I don't have patience for matching colors. How do you guys get over that? I can't handle this. Drive me crazy. Like, I don't want to have one, for every single color. One of these pads. I have one for browns. That's what I do. I don't really it doesn't matter what brown it is. If it's brown, it gets this pad. And I wish I could do that for all the colors. It drives me batty a little. All right, this looks better. Just having a little, making it so it's not so white. All right, that makes me happier. I can do this later. It just was driving me crazy that it was so clean. All right, now I'm gonna leave that out. This is not sticking real good. Real well, I should say. That was poor English on my part. Come on. Why are you being so difficult for me? Warm what up, Lynn? What should I warm up? Tell me, tell me. All right, I like that. I like it because it's a little tucky. Little tucky tuck in there. And then I got to cover this with something. So let's see what we got. I have this left over, which I actually, we're going green, and then I would just have to cover that up. So let's do it. I tried doing one for each color. No, I don't do it anymore. Carol, it drives me crazy. Do you separate though? Like, do you have one for yellows, one for greens, one for reds? I'm just wondering how, if you, thank you for saying you adopt the same mental capacity that I have. I can't do it. It's driving me crazy. And I am not that fussy, like to label every single one of those little daubers with a different color on it. I did do it for these big things. I thought when I first got these, I thought I'd just try it. But I mean, that's just, you would have to have so many of them, and it's driving me batty a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Oh, I like this. I like it. Look at her little head sticking out there. That's funny. Hello. Hello. All right. Here, what do we do? What do we do? Let's look and see what we got for papers. I have lots of papers left over. So let's use this a bit of this. I also have fabrics. Fabrics would be cute. I mean, I still have the fabrics left over from what Michelle gave me. Or just, there's the little bunny fabric. I could use just a random piece of fabric. It doesn't have to be green, right? It could just be anything. I have some fabrics that I'm like, I've just had them and I haven't used them. Let's see if this will fit on here. It sure does. Boy, those scissors are sharp. My sister gave me those scissors and I do like them. I'm going to start using them more often. They are sharp. All right, I like it. It's different. This is really light and kind of preppy looking. I like it. Let's do it. Oh, I can't use this. What happened here? Can somebody tell me what is going on? Hold on. Paper towel time. Why is this gotten so messy? I think the glue is saying to me, take a break, Grace. Today's not the day to be fighting with me. Today is not the day, I announce. Every glue. Every stinking glue. Cloggy Clogs Town. This one's almost out. I keep saying that, and it keeps giving me more. So when you think your glue is out, you can squeeze a little bit more out of it. Isn't that crazy how that happens? You guys, we went out to eat last night because I did the Whatnot show. I spent the whole afternoon shipping out. Thank you for those who are purchasing from the Whatnot auction. Everything's out. Everything's gone now, which is good. I like getting that stuff into your hands as soon as possible. So anyway. Uh-oh. That's right at one. Oh, that's at that middle fold that I'm trying to get rid of. So that's okay. I want to make sure that these seams, or I want to try that these seams aren't at the place where I fold. Yeah, that one's going to land, right? No. Okay, good. We're good. Right where I fold it. We went out to eat last night because I said to Gannon came home. Is there a plan for supper? I said, no, I'm still trying to get these packages out and I got to go live at 7. So he's like, I'm just going to make eggs and bacon. I'm like, that's great. Make eggs and bacon. Well, he wants to eat now. It's 3:00. He comes home from school. It might have been a little later. He comes home from school. He wants to eat now. I said, well, wait for your dad. Maybe you can cook eggs for your dad too. So he calls his dad. Yep, I'll be home soon. So that he comes home. And then I was like, listen, if you guys don't want eggs and bacon, let's just go next door and eat. So that's what we did. It was good. Look at that's going to cover a big old bunch of this. But I seriously could eat out every night. No, you're not supposed to, but I could. It's just so easy. I love it. I love the ease. I love not having to worry about anything. What do I have on hand? Is it defrosted? Oh my gosh, I'm the laziest girl ever. This is crooked, number 1. It's cut crooked, number 1. And it's just a little bit left here, so I don't even need to tear it all the way to the end. I'm just going to tear this just so it's not straight. Oh, the glue stick, warm it up. How do you warm it up? Just stick it under your leg or something. Stick it up your shirt. We were watching some guy. We don't camp. So, all right, take this. This is a Graceism, okay? We were watching some camping videos. My husband was watching some camping videos. And what am I getting at? The guy who is camping says, he's giving you tips. Here are tips for camping. And he actually called it 10 tips for backpacking, not camping, but he was camping. And he said, take your wet hiking socks and stick them up your shirt instead of trying to hang them overnight to dry while you're sleeping. Put them up your shirt while you're sleeping. Your wet hiking socks. I'm thinking, first of all, they're wet. How is that comfortable? Second of all, they're probably stinky. I mean, come on, gross. And he said, I have tried every single way of drying my wet hiking socks through the years, and this is the best way to do it. I promise you. He said, I know it's disgusting, but it's the best way. And I thought, all right, note to self, if I ever get stranded somewhere and my socks are wet and I have to sleep outside and, survival mode, I'll remember that. But I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. It's like gross. All right, I don't want this to be too clean, because we kind of have a grunge thing going on. So I'm going to grab these grungy bits that are left, these kind of pages, and see if I can fill in. This one, look at, if I go like that, if I just take this coffee stained paper I stamped on. I like this side too, though. The colors don't really go well together, but I do like this on here. Okay, don't overthink, Grace. Just do. Just do. I'm gonna rip off the excess. See how stiff that is already? Because it's two pieces of paper glued together, and then I'm gonna put it on top of the paper bag, which is gonna be two pieces of paper. So it's gonna get really stiff here. Now I wanna make sure that my seams, I try so that they're not at the fold points. I'm going to rip this down a little bit. I don't like that shape. I don't want to lose that dark spot. I could make this little pocket if I wanted, if I were real smart, but here's a fold point. What am I going to put behind it? Oh, here's the other side of this paper that I just ripped. Nope, that's not that one. Look, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Yippity yuppity. Yuppity doodle dee. Looking for this. Wet socks on my shirt, right, Shauna? Just gross. Men are gross. It was a guy. And I'm sure he's been hiking and backpacking and camping for ages. And I'm sure it's sound advice. I mean, I believe him if he said he's tried all these ways and this is the way to do it. See, I love the rip, but I don't love this big white trim here. There we go. Solved. I'm trying to see how far I need this. I need this to go further this way. I mean, I have all this, so I can move it way over. Yep, like that. I thought the same thing. Grody town, you are a gross man. But I bet it works. So survival mode, girls. If you ever get stuck camping out and you're really cold and you have no way to dry your socks, stick them up your husband's shirt. That's me. That's what I would do. I'd say, honey, I got my shirts up and I'd say, well, you have a back. I could put one up. You put yours up the front of your shirt and I'll put mine up the back. And then you will save your wifey from being cold. What a good man. Girls, that's how I work. That's how I roll, man. That's how I roll. Chivalry is not dead. I refuse for chivalry to be dead. And yes, I do need my husband. I admit it readily. Most readily. I have such a mess on this table. And sometimes I admit it drives me crazy. Like little bits of paper. My glue is knocked over. This glue should be covered. These are just flying around. Paper. But then again, it's very freeing to not worry about any of it. Just create. I just wanted to cover the white part. I didn't like the white. Let's do that. Why not? Let's do it. But this was a big detour from gluing my pages in, I know. Now, I was thinking about making this a pocket. So I'm going to glue this thing down. Why does this keep doing that? There must be glue up in here. Up in my thingy. I just want to go out to eat and then eat warm cookies. Sit on the couch and eat warm cookies today. That's what I'd like to do. I got to go get Gannon's medicine today. He's got to take his shot on Sunday. His Stelara. Happy 18th birthday, kid. And what else do I have to do today after this? There was some other errand I had on my list of things to do. Oh, so major thing, like the guy who is our postal delivery route guy, he's amazing. His name is Adam. He's amazing. He's so good at his job. I give him total props. Like, he is so reliable, so kind, so easy to work with, all the things. He's just great. But he told me, I think I told you guys this. He told me that he was going on not a vacation. He's going on like medical leave or something. He's got to get knee surgery. He's got to have knee surgery. Poor guy. And so he's like, oh, on the 21st. And I don't know if today's his last day or if today is the first day he's gone. I'm not sure which it is. I should have asked him to clarify, but I have all your packages. Well, half of them are outside waiting to be picked up by my fantastic guy, Adam. However, I don't know if he's gone already or what. But whenever there's a shift in person, then they don't know what they're doing. They don't know, like, that you got to pick stuff up. Oh, I do love this. You got to pick stuff up at Gracie's house every day. You know, at a residential, that's not normal to have, but I run my business from my house. Adam knows that, but the new guy or gal may not know that. So he did warn me. He's like, just so you know, I'm going to be gone, and the new person may not know what they're supposed to do. I was like, oh no. Yes, happy birthday to Gannon, right? Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm taking this one a little hard. This one's a little hard on me, I have to admit. I don't know, for you ladies that have your children that are over 18, it was something with Landon. I was like, wow, I have an 18-year-old. Like, but then when all the things started like coming down the pike with him being 18, like I can't look at his school transcripts. His medical stuff, like we have been putting money aside for the boys in retirement accounts for a while, and the guy who does our retirement accounts contacted us and said, okay, now that he's 18, he's gotta, I'm like, you can't give him that money yet. That money's supposed to be for when he's older. We don't want him to have access to it. And we're like, all right, well, you know, we got to talk through that. Like, the money is in his name in a retirement account, but he doesn't get to touch it, right? Like, right? That's the rule. That's what we wanted. So, man, that was all eye-opening with Landon. Now this is it. Gannon's my baby. I only have 2 children. You know, I'm blessed with them, so I don't want to say only like it's not enough. I'm blessed with 2 children, and because Gannon is my younger, I'm taking this one a little harder, ladies. I don't know. Did you do that? It's a little bit more emotional for me. Is that weird? But it is. Okay, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I got to give this a second to glue. Like, really holding those down. And then for sure, because now I got to fold it, and I need to make sure I could run another stitch down that, but let's see if it's going to fold. I don't even know where my folds are anymore. I don't know. Where are they? That's right there and right there. So let's start on this one because it's not going to affect that at all. So let's start with this fold and reestablish it. That wasn't hard. Make sure everything's folding well. Well, that's cute. Although, yeah, I intended for her to be on the inside of this. Then this gets folded right. Where do you get folded? Right there. But did you go this way? Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. And then actually, this could be I mean, I really need to give that time to, that could be a tuck spot. And then of course we have this little tuck spot. And then this little tuck spot. Eek. Make a mama happy. It's an alternate mirror. Okay, they're gonna love the box of rubber stamps. No, Debbie, your box is heavy. That box is heavy, actually. That's funny that you say that. Yes, ma'am. It is a heavy one. It's a heavy duty. All right, this, we're back here again. This was supposed to be in here, wasn't it? No. Yeah, this only has 3 pages. Did I have this in here? Girls. Yeah, but this thing wants to like pop open. Hold on. Where's the other one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it goes in there. But do I want those next to each other like that? These 2 small ones? I don't think so. I think I better do this. It's a good thing we're doing this now. Now, I don't know that do I like those together? The alternative is to flip this around and have those together. Then the music paper. Oh, I like the music paper with the 413. Yeah, I think I'll do that. There's her body. Her head's inside, but that's so funny. There's her body and her head's inside this right there. That's funny to me, actually. Oh, and I forgot we have this little pocket. These things, I don't know. These things bring me humor. That is what it is. Now, girls, I don't think I'm actually going to sew this in because here's my thing with this. It is so puffy. It won't even stay. I need to put this on something heavy and let it sit overnight. So I'm going to poke my holes, but then I'm going to put this under something heavy so I can let it stay overnight. Because this will drive me crazy with this. I think I'll do this up. And actually, this could go up. This one could go up as high as the music paper, and then it would extend out here. I kind of like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put this toward the bottom. This one is going to go up to the music paper and extend beyond the first page. I'm going to poke my holes, and then I'm not going to sew these in. I'm just going to get my holes ready. Uh-oh, I don't want that hanging out down there, though. I don't want that music paper hanging below. I need you to come up a little, music paper. There, like that. Oh, maybe just the music paper is just bigger. Like, I'm going to do a little more work here. Come on. I know I'm being fussy, and I'm not normally, but I'm going to fuss about it. I have a vision, and I want it like that vision. Okay, now we can poke the holes, but we don't have to. Let me grab more clips. Poke the holes, and then I'm going to put this under something heavy for overnight. Come on, you. I know you want to cooperate. There you be at. All right. Here's my little hole puncher thingamajiggy doodad, and my hole puncher thingy majiggy doodad. Oh boy, now this is a big piece of paper. Ow! Compared to all the others. So we are going to stick it in the middle, and we're going to go with that right there. This thing, it's too thick. It needs to be thinner. I'm going to tell my little engineering-hearted child to use less filament when he 3D makes it. Oh my gosh, did you just hear my stomach roar with hunger? Time to go out and eat. I don't want to make food. No, I don't mind making lunch, actually, because I eat. It's Friday, so no meat today, girls. If you're observing Lent that way. I don't mind making lunch. I'll probably make tuna for lunch or egg. I have boiled eggs in the fridge. But but I really like going out to eat for dinner. Because at the end of the workday, I don't want to think about it, friends. I don't want to think about it. So these, oh my gosh, are you lined up or are you off? No, they're perfectly lined up. Yay for that. All right, last one. Wow, storm. Let's see what we got here. The joy will come back when they reach their 40s and start talking about middle age and middle age problems. I just sit and giggle. Do you, Vicki? Decisions. Have them take over the responsibility now is tough. Shauna, do you mean my kids? This envelope, I think I'm going to alter it before we put this in here. So we may have another little adjustment to do here before we glue this all or poke all the holes. So this guy, I like it in there. It's 2 envelopes glued together. I like that I have the 2 windows, but I do want to do something with it. Like for instance, we can cover this inside with some of the papers that we have. In fact, I have these printables. I really like this one. It is too short this way, and it's too short this way. I do like it better horizontally, so I think what I'm going to do is this, or if I go up high, I can make a pocket on the bottom. If I go up high, then I can put something down here. So let's figure out the something down there. I have these leftovers from the painted papers. So what if we looked at this one as our pocket for down here? Is that too much? No, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of cool. These things are in my way. You too, in my way. Yeah, I like it. I don't need all of this. First, what I'm going to do, and let's glue this down. Let's just stop monkeying around here, Grace. Let's get to work. Stop monkeying around. I could literally, other than the fact that I'm hungry and at some point I'm going to have to go to the bathroom, I better take a drink of water. Holy, I put a little mineral salt in there for minerals. Ooh, salty. But literally I could do this whole day. I get lost with this kind of stuff. So fun. It's so relaxing. Okay, we're going to glue this down. Brain freeze. I don't know why I stopped. I mean, I was thinking about maybe putting another pocket in, but then I was like, nope. Nopey, nope, nope. This is going to get plenty thick because we have the 2 double pieces of paper for the envelopes. You got the front and back of the envelope, and then you're going to have this, and then I'm going to cover the front. So it's going to get very thick just covering it. Oh, sticky Mickey. Oof. Oof. Oh, man, that's sticky. All right, there we go. Uh-oh, look at this. Gracie. Bad glue job. All right, now, I don't need all of this. That's just, I think it's too wide. I don't need it that high. Do I? No, you do not, Gracie Grew. I'm trying to salvage as much of this as I can on the other side as the decorative part. Buckets, I'm hungry, girls. Wait a minute, Gracie. What are you doing here? Oh my word. Get it together, girl. What are you doing? That's what everybody wants to That's what everybody's wondering. What is she doing? All right, there is right there. Oh, goodness, I can't get it together. Maybe it's time to quit. Maybe it is time to quit and go get something to eat. Oh, this is thick because I got it painted on the other side, and that's what I'm trying to salvage a little bit of. So I can use it for something else here. That's going to be cute. This is why my glue gets sticky, because I forget to cover it again. Here we go. This glue doesn't hold immediately, so it needs a little, like you either need to hold it down for a minute or you got to be using your clips. Because it's not going to just stick on its own. Like it doesn't just stick down first time you put it. So you need some clips or something to hold these bits down. Okay, now the other side. What Stewie wants to do here? The fold is right here. So am I going to salvage these windows or are we going to get rid of them? That's the question of the day. Let me go to these 12 by 12s because one of these, I should be able to get one sheet out of one of these for the whole darn thing. I don't have a lot of pretty pinks in here. Maybe I should use one of these. Oh, there was another piece up there. No, I don't want that. This, see, now this will cover the whole darn thing. And then I can cut some holes if I want to. That'll make it easier on me. Because you know it's all about making it easier for Grace. That's why I don't like to cook. Okie dokie, schmoky. This is no jokey. Grace likes things to be a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to cut it. I'm just moving the envelope over so I know. Like I need that much. And then we'll go this way. I don't need quite that much, so we'll move it over a speck. Oh, and now these are in my way. You hokey pokies. You hokey pokey, get out of the way. I told Gannon this morning that next year when he goes to college, I'm going to adopt his friend Ty as my youngest son. My newest youngest son. And he looked at me funny. And I said, kid, you're going to be leaving me. I need someone else to love up on. Some other baby. He was like, Mom, he has a mom. I said, I know, but I can be a second mom. Who doesn't want two mamas? Two mamas loving them up. What boy doesn't want that? All right. I clearly cut this crooked. I'm clearly crooked. Or my envelopes are crooked. Something's crooked. Either Grace is cockeyed or my envelopes are crooked. Look at this. Look at this. All right, let's hit. Maybe it's because these are in my way. There. Let's get this lined up. No, I am definitely off right here. Just a tish right here. I'm not even gonna worry about ripping the whole thing. Now, what about my little pockets? This is upside down. It has words on it. That's how I know. All right, now I got some pockets to figure out. Do I want to keep them? There's one here. And one right here. This is how I've been doing this, is I can feel the edge of the paper, so I know exactly where that pocket is. Yep. So I can feel the top and I can feel the bottom. So why are you sitting here like this? What are you doing? I have a brush, a really good brush too, sitting in water, and it shouldn't be. It's an essential stencil brush. Okay, now this little pocket I don't need to maintain the whole thing. What am I going to do to make it easier, to make my life easier? Actually, where's the center of this? Like right here is the center. And then on this one, it's not really a center because it's coming off the edge. But like right here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I have. I mean, I could do something. Oh, not that one. I was looking for my round. Something like that right there. This will fit far enough in to just give me a circle. I think. Oh, no, not quite. Nope, that won't work. All right, so then I wish I had more of these. I only have this oval. It's the only one that I have. So I'm just going to use the oval just to make it easy. So I'm going to place this center of the oval. Let's hope that I'm accurate here. It clamps down. They magnetize together, which is nice. I wish I had, and I thought about that. I meant to go and find more of these. They do have other shapes. I think they have a square. I think they have a rectangle, and there may even be a heart. This looks like it's a little high, Gracie. I think you're going a little bit high here. So I'm going to just smush this down like that. This little notch, I line it up with that little notch. They all magnetize together. Let's hope that's right. Let's see. Yeah, baby. Now I got a little window and I can put something or someone in there. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing up here. See, it has this little notch right there. This goes on the bottom. Look at, I could do just like that. Right? This magnetizes on top of it. Now see, I can see that I'm off. But if that's where I like my hole, I'm going to move it a tish this way, the way I originally had it. This magnetizes on top with the little notches together. You can hear it. And then you just poke. So when you have holes in the middle that you want to make, these things are super handy. Giving us little frames. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right? I could put one of these decorative papers in here so that it looks like that until I get in there and put something decorative. That way when you pull out whatever you put in there, when you pull it out, it'll still look kind of pretty if you have this in here. Now, the only thing you have to be mindful of when you do this is when you open this envelope, you're going to see that. So if you don't like it, we should really slide something decorative in there all the way, like up and down the whole thing. Will this fit in there? Like, what would this look like back in there? Yeah, that would be cute. But I need it to go this way. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to overthink this too much. So I need 2 strips of this, one for one side and one for the other. But it's too tall this way. I'll be crooked again. I'm sure of it because that's the way I roll, right? We're going to cut this off. And then I just need this wide enough to fit in here. And I'll just glue it down, kind of tack it down. And it really doesn't even need to be the entire, length of this. Just the bulk of it, because like I said, when you open this up, if it's gonna bother you that you see that security mode in there, you might want something pretty stuffed behind there so that when you open this up, you see the pretty thing. So I'm gonna glue this, or actually I could, yeah, I'm gonna glue here. This glue stick is almost completely out. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna glue right there. And actually, Gracie, I want it down just a tish. Just a tish, just a tish. Oh, so many layers here. There's so many layers. It's okay. Let me see. New comments? Yay, it lined up, right, Carol? Goodness gravy, thanks for the cheering. Oh, look what I got here. Opened up. Actually, it might make it easier for me, to be honest with you. To be completely honest, let's get one of our little letter openers and help a girl out here. Wow, that lines up like almost perfectly. I'm doing it. I'm going to glue this down, and then I'm going to put a sew line on the up and the down of this. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Is this upside down? How did I have this originally? I don't even know. Does it matter? Like that. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. And then I can I'm going to sew, and I'm going to distress. That's what we're going to do. So, not sew, like, so now, so I'm just going to put some glue. This glue stick is almost out. I'm going to put some glue in the middle. Yeah, it's out. Oh my, it's out, girls. We're going to squeeze the last itty bitty bit of this out of here. I'm going to put some around here. Oh boy, I'm getting every little last drop of glue out of that thing. Put this here, lay it down. I'm going to distress the edges because I got some white showing, and that's okay by me. What did I do here? Oh, it's so close to the edge. I can put glue here though. See how close that is? There's not much paper there, but I can glue there. That's not going to hurt it at all to have glue on this. Now I'm going to glue. So we have our pockets, right? I know this isn't completely glued down. We have our pockets. I'm going to glue, or excuse me, sew here and sew there. All right, let's do it. This won't take but a minute. Somebody's making something in the kitchen. I can hear them. It's probably Gannett clanking around in there. I don't have a lot of room on my table. Okay, that's done. Turn it around and go the other way. All right, now that worked out well because I got my pocket here still. Sewed this line, so it's helping to really hold that in place. I have this here. I have, where is it? I have this here and my two little pockets. This though, I'm not loving that. Why? Oh, that's the envelope. That's just the envelope. That's just the opening of the envelope. Or is it? No, it's the envelope and the decorative paper. We better put a little glue right there to hold that together. Wow, that is one thick page though. Lots and lots of paper layers. It's not very complicated, as you can see, but there are lots of layers going on here. So I'm going to distress the edges of this. We're going to distress the edges, fold it in half, and then poke those holes. Anybody have one of these? What shape do you have? Hey, Marcia. We are live, friend. You see that little red live in the corner of the screen? That means I'm still live, my friend. I'm still here broadcasting live from my home in my craft room. What are you up to today, Marcia? This, oh my gosh, does this help make that? It just makes that white disappear. It's really seamless looking. I think I'll come in and do a little bit of this around the edges here. I should have done this. Actually, I could go over even the cellophane, doesn't matter if that's a little distressed. I should have done those circles before. I should have thought that through before I put this on, but I didn't, so I'm just going to go right over it. And that's okay with me, but that has a little tinge on it because it's just super authentic looking. Now I want to get the inside and the outside of that. I got to flip it over and do the other side. What are you guys all having for lunch? I better not go out and find Gannon eating bacon. He probably made himself eggs and bacon. Like I said, that was his plan last night. Probably will have shrimp tonight for supper. I have some frozen shrimp in the fridge. Or, I mean, excuse me, in the freezer. And either eggs or tuna for lunch. I really like both of those. I love egg salad sandwiches and I love tuna. I really do. So it's no problem for me. It's like no big sacrifice for me that way. I'm good with a salad too, but I do really, really need the protein. All right, I got all the edges done. I really love the look of that. I'm just going to come in and use the extra on the page so we don't lose it. It's just going to darken it up a little bit. There. Okie dokie schmoky. Now reestablish the fold, and I better get something stiff like your bone folder. I usually use this thing. This was the inside, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so bendy and wrinkly. This thing is gonna have to sit under something heavy for a while too. I mean, because look at this. It's just a bendy old wrinkly mess with all, and the glue is still wet. I can feel it under the paper that the glue is still pretty darn wet. In fact, I'm just going to let this dry. I'm not even going to bother folding this until this dries. So I'm going to let it sit for a couple of hours. So I'm going to end there. Get all our signatures ready. I've got holes poked in. I'm over here just seeing what do I have left here. Wait, I've got a signature sitting over here. That signature. I have holes poked in one signature, two signatures. And I just have to let this dry. Then I can fold it. And then I have to put it all under something heavy. Probably for the overnight. Or at least for the day. And then I'll be ready for the next thing. Cauliflower crust pizza. Yum! I'm a big fan of that. I am a big fan. Surprisingly, because I love pizza. Being Italian, I like the real deal too. Okay. Girls, we're going to let it dry for a while. We made some good progress. In fact, I'm going to put these ones are done. I'm going to keep those aside. So when I come back to my table, I know what I'm waiting for. Waiting for this to dry so I can fold it. Oh my gosh, he's making toast or something. It smells good. I got to go eat. Girls, I'd be hungry. I'd be hungry. All right. You guys, going out to a reunion with the former employees, and we'll have to remember to no meat. No meat, yeah. Seafood or do you do walleye? Yum. I like walleye too. No, Terry, I'm still here, but I'm just hanging it up, girlfriend. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you so much. Club members, I will see you on Sunday for gratitude journaling at 12 noon. Everybody else, watch your emails. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Sunday email recap / this is what's coming up, it changed drastically this week. I added a ton more detail. In fact, I worked on the thing all week long. It wasn't something I drafted up in an hour. I worked on it every single day last week to put that email together for you guys with photos and links so you could find what we did last week, see photo highlights, video. I gave you links to all the videos. I'll be doing that again this week. I would love some feedback. If it's something you like, let me know. It took me a while to put it together. It is much more immersive than what we had been doing. So some feedback would be helpful so I know whether I should keep doing it or not. So anyway, watch your emails because I changed that drastically and I hope it's a much better experience for you guys. All right. Have a blessed day. Goodbye. God bless you.